So hello fellow Earthlings. This is Earthling 6455463728. And meritocracy is a fraud. It's a conspiracy pushed by the Illuminati. I'm kind of joking. But still, meritocracy really almost does not exist. Now, why would I say something so flagrantly, explosive, or it goes against the grain of everything that we hear on a regular basis? Well, it's simple. To begin with, historically speaking, that has never been true. If we are to believe meritocracy, we really do have to believe that it's something that recently happened and took the world by storm and completely upended everything in the world. Now, why is that? Well, because our history of rulers all across the world tend to be relatives of the people who ruled last. If you look at kings, if you look at chiefs, if you look at emperors, they normally have sons and they normally have dynasties whereby their sons continue to rule. If you look at the UK, that's how it works. It's the children of the last monarch who are next in line to rule. And beyond that, there is an aristocracy, a class above other people, and all of their relatives continue to rule. So if we are to believe in the meritocracy, we have to believe that this is something that only recently happened after thousands and thousands of years of people ruling just because they're related to the last person who was a ruler. So let's see. In real life, does it seem to be that the last person, their kids, tend to be more likely to rule? Well, let's see. Bush, Kennedy, Trudeau. These are people who have political families, and George Bush, I don't know which one the younger one was named, but his father was a ruler, so people let him rule, and his brother was really well on the way to ruling. Even Trump gained most of his wealth from his father, even his whole attitude about life. His children form part of his party, or not his party, of his government, and they're more likely to rule sometime in the future than anybody you take off the street. There are many instances of people or names continuing in whatever industry. I think Ford, if you look at Walmart, in business, there are many, many examples of nepotism. And you say, you might say to me, well, Earthling, I know of so many self-made people. Yes, nepotism still exists, but there's so many self-made people out there. Definitely, meritocracy has a large role to play in modern society. And I say to that, is that meritocracy that you're talking about? Or is it that you're talking about chance? Because we haven't spoken about chance. Some people just get pushed to the front by chance. Here's my anecdotal evidence. I know of two brothers, right, who went into the field of IT. One of them is the head of a multi-million-dollar company's IT department. This guy is, he has all of the trappings of success. He has the big car, presumably he has the big house, huge salary, he has power. The other brother, was just an IT person. He was not the head of a multi-million-dollar company's or institution's IT department. He was just another IT person. Now, what was the difference between these two brothers? Well, the one who became the head of the IT department, everybody at that IT department who was senior to him left. That's what he did to become the head of the IT department. He joined the IT department, and very soon, sometime after that, everybody who was senior to him left. And that's why he became the head of the IT department. The other guy, I guess the senior people, they stuck around. There's another instance of a guy I knew he came to the university that I was studying at as just another student. Before I left, he was the head of a department. He was the head of a department in the IT department. And what did this guy do? Well, he became very good friends with the provost of the university. I really think that when you're spending weekends at the, schmoozing with the provost, which is like, I think, the second in command below the president of the university, and then you become the head of an IT department in the IT department, that, especially when you were a student, yeah, you probably did work hard, but at the same time. And then what I'll cover is the book or the series of books by Dale Carnegie, How to Make Friends and Influence People. I read that book. My mother took the courses a long time ago, and I went through all of the books that she had. And I think I should go through them again. That stuff really works. And if you look at the examples in that book, nowhere in that book it says work hard. There's nowhere in that book that says work hard. But there's a lot of examples of people getting ahead very, very successfully by making friends and influencing people. And what that book amounts to, and I'll read it again, just to reacquaint myself, is that genuine flattery. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, flatter people, tell them good stuff, but tell them good stuff that you really do feel the way that you're saying about the thing. So you just find the things that you really like about the person, about maybe their kids, about whatever it is, and you engender yourself with that particular person. There's one example in that book, which is that a guy goes to a meeting with somebody and he's trying to get the contract, and basically he just mentions that either the guy's kids or something that he liked or he thought was interesting, and he said that the next thing he knew, the guy was talking about that particular topic for the rest of the meeting. And the next time the guy was introducing him to other people, he was telling the other people how well spoken this person was. The person who said something nice. The owner of the company or the institution was telling people how great this guy was, and he was saying that this person or him never really talked much beyond the first instance of saying, hey, your kids, that's a nice picture of them. And there were many other examples in the book that go like that, where you are just being nice to the right person at the right time, and boom, you hardly need to do much else. And if we look at many of the examples of people who do very well when it comes to politics, or even with respect to the Trump administration, many of them just broadcast the fact that, hey, Mr. President, I think you're doing a good job, and I want this job. And they say that over and over and over. They go on Fox News, and suddenly they have more money than you make in a year. So, yeah, meritocracy probably does play a role, but it's so insignificantly small a thing as compared to your ancestry, as compared to chance, as compared to just flattering people and making them feel good and want you around so that they'll give you stuff and put you in a position where you're close to them and they can hear you flatter them some more. The fact of the matter is, if you really try to work hard, you are going to show up the people around you. And you are going to, you think to yourself, hey, my boss is going to really, be proud of me. Your boss is going to think that you want his job. that's what your boss is going to think. The people around you are going to be upset with you because you're making them look bad. So the harder that you work, your boss is going to like you less because he thinks you really want his job. And the people around you are not going to really be so thankful that people are always potentially commenting, hey, look how hard X works. Why don't you work as hard as that? And of course, all of this is in addition to the fact that all you have to do really is be nice to the right people at the right time. And of course, it's not just the right people. There is an example in How to Make Friends and Influence People where I think Dale Carnegie or whoever was, narrating the book. They basically said they went up to a teller and they told the teller, hey, I like your hair. And after they told the story, someone asked in the audience, what did you want from her? And the person said nothing. He just wanted her to feel good about the fact that he liked her hair. And that really amounts to practice. Practice making people feel good so that it doesn't come across as brown-nosing when you need to do it for the right person at the right time. Yeah, so that's about it. And remember, let's try to get rid of all the isms and the phobias and to treat other people the way that we would like them to treat us, and to try to feel about other people the way that we would like them to feel about us. And you can do all the other YouTube stuff too. Peace.